Hi, welcome to my MyWebUniversity free educational videos. On this video, I'm going to show you the Allo program in multiple languages. So let's just get into the business without further ado, and we start sharing the screen at this time. Let me share my screen first. So you see my MyWebUniversity YouTube channel, which is MyWebUniversity free educational videos. And you're welcome to just watch these videos. There's a lot of them and related to computer science courses, whether it's programming languages like Python, C, C++, shell scripting, Bash, and awk, and other languages, MySQL database, Apache web servers, building of Apache web servers, command line syntax, Unix operating system, Linux, Ubuntu. There's a lot of variety of videos here that you can just start watching and enjoy it and learn it and make some nice comments so I can improve it for your needs. Whatever you like, make some comments, and then I'll just try to make my effort to meet your needs and do the best I can do. I hope you all like these videos and subscribe it. So let's get into today's session, which is this presentation I prepared. Let me just go to slideshow here from start. And so basically the Hello World program is going to be demonstrated. Let me just move this one here. And the Hello World program and Bash scripting, Python, which is a scripting interpreter and a programming language, as well as a programming language, because Python supports both functional and object-oriented programming language. And then also the compiled languages such as C and C++, and we're going to discuss all of that today. And write the Hello World program in Bash, Python, C, and C++. We don't have to compare the speed and performance and everything. We know that compiled languages are much faster than interpreter languages, but they all have their advantages and disadvantages, the way they handle memory and resources and how they work on to the system in terms of speed and performance. But the functionality, the richness of the software and modules that are available within that platform, and they all have these kind of advantages and features that we will discuss on further videos. But at this time, we're just going to show you the Hello World program. And let's get into command line, which is basically, I wrote this program called hello world.sh shell script that I'm going to clear my screen and run the hello world.sh first. And then this one, basically, I start with welcoming you to my MyWebUniversity free educational video as the YouTube channel. And then on this one, we are going to demo the Hello World program in multiple scripting language, which is Bash scripting, like Perl scripting, Python scripting, and then as well as some other languages like awk and other ones. But in this example, I cannot go to just do Hello World in HTML and CSS and JavaScript and Python, Perl, everything. That's too much to just cover in one video. In order to do it, I just minimize it to these four programming languages, basically Bash scripting and Python scripting, and then as well as C programming language and C++ programming languages. So we're going to discuss those ones. That's why I mentioned here scripting as well as programming. So you could call Python as a programming language as well as a scripting language, because you write it in like similar to the way you write a Bash script or awk or PowerShell. So Python is an interpreter language, and then the code is going to be interpreted line by line. It's not a compiled language like C or C++. So in that sense, C and C++ has advantage in terms of speed and performance. But there are Python programs that is written in pure C. We call it native code of C, like regular expression and NumPy modules, all those ones are written in C. So we're going to just discuss the scripting language, Bash and Python today. And then here I'm just doing like a banner kind of things for it to show you that we're going to discuss Bash first. Secondly, we're going to cover Python, the Hello World program, and then third, we're going to go to the programming languages, which is C and C++ compile language. As you all know, C is the mother of all languages and supports kind of really everything that started was assembly language in C and programming. Obviously, before that one was B language and other ones, but we are talking about C as mother of all languages in this case. Even with Pascal and Ada and other languages that were there, C is used at the university level, at companies, work everywhere, and a lot of the programming languages like Python and C, C++, C++ was written on basically on C programming languages, like Python is also written in C. And like I mentioned, the module regular expression is written in C, and then NumPy is written in C. So the fact that Python is so universally accepted by ease of use and having so much simple code to write, and you're having bytecode and you're running an interpreter, but it is doing everything that you can do with any programming language that are compiled, is really advantage of C and C++ that you could take those basically write the Python programming language itself in C. So let's go with the first example, which is Bash scripting here. So if I clear my screen and I type in PS, notice my shell script is Bash here. So I could do echo $shell, and then that would say my shell is there. And I could say echo $. It's also showing me the process ID of my Bash, which means every syntax that I type in here will just know that I'm using a Bash script. So if I say echo hello world, and then just close the code, and it will just basically write the hello world in the Bash terminal. But if I want to just make like a -E for escape, understand the /new line characters here, I could do a new line character here or there. So let's just write our simple program now, hello world in Bash scripting. We just wrote it in the terminal by doing this. We could put this one into a variable or just echo the string inside the Bash. It's all your choice. But I'm going to do a make a directory here called demo, and then cd to demo, and then I'm going to say vim, and I'm going to call it hello. Let's call it simply hw for hello world.bash. We can call the extension .sh or .bash. sh is born shell, and then bash is born again shell. You could have it any name, but what it is important is the first line you put here, you say pound shebang user then env, and then you say here bash. Now you're saying that my rest of my command that are coming is going to just do a bash. So if I just don't do anything, I could just say echo the same statement that I wrote here. I'm gonna say echo -e hello world, and then just finish it here, and that would be a simple hello world program without anything. So I could just say now in order to hello world.bash to run, I could execute it with bash -x for in this syntax, meaning that run it in every line and execute it, or I could change the permission. Currently the permission of the hello world.bash is not set, to be executable. You can see is read write by the owner, read write by the group, and read only by others. So I'm going to say change mode 755 hello world.bash. So now I gave the permission of read write execute for the owner and group, and then others is only read and execute. So now if I just look at the permission, it is a read write execute for the owner, read and execute by group, and read and execute by others. So the group does not have write permission either. Now if I just run it, I can run it like this also, and it will just say hello world and the program there. And on the shell scripting, when I'm going to do it, we're going to further detail of how you could put it into a variable and how you string it and how you put if statement, for statement, but that's not the objective of this video. The objective of this video to write a simple hello world in bash and Python, and then also in C and C++. Now we're done with bash. Let's just clear the screen and then do a ls minus l. Now I have only one bash script. So in order to do it in Python, I could do Python minus C for command, and then inside here I could do a print statement, and then use the function, because it's a function, print statement, and then say hello world, and then put a new line character here, and that would just close, and this would just do the same thing. And if I need multiple new line character, obviously I have an option, I can do that. So that is a one line command with this syntax. You put your Python code inside the double quote, and that would execute it. But now I want to write the hello world.py also. So and this time I'm going to just them again, say hello world.py, and then this time I say / shebang user ben env, and my program that I want to run is Python 3, the code that I want to do. So inside the vim, I could just say double check by doing shebang, shift colon and then bang, and I say which Python 3. I could also put the path of user bin Python 3, but you don't want to hard code it. When you're just saying env, usually in every Linux, Unix operating system, env is installed under user bin, so that is guaranteed to you. And by doing shebang user bin env Python 3, it knows that where to the interpreter is. So here, this one, I'm going to say print and then say hello world, and then just put one new line characters and then close it, and we're done with it. So let's just do the same thing here. Now, since I did cut -n hello world.py, since that 3 lines syntax is here, I can just execute it by saying Python 3 and then just say hello world.py. This will just run it. But notice the hello world.py is not executable, so I cannot do hello world.py yet. It says permission denied. The reason is that change mode 755, again, hello world.py. Now hello world.py is executable. Now I can up arrow and just run that command. It will print it there. So it's so simple that you can just write this one in multiple languages. And as a computer science student or as a developer, usually start off with the hello world program in every programming language or every scripting that you learn. And then once you learn the basics of IO, input output, the rest of them becomes much easier to say, well, if I can print something on a file, I can print it into a text, or I can print it on a terminal, I can print it in the console. Those ones are just step by step. You just move up to the next level, and you write branching, looping, and everything, functions and modules, and go on and make it bigger and bigger. So let's hello world.py is also written. So now we have 2 programs. Clear my screen. We have 2 programs. Now we're going to do hello world.c for C programming language. So in C, it is not interpreter like Python, and it's not like, for example, in Python, I could just get into Python interpreter and then say print hello world. However, I want to print that a string, I could do it with uppercase or lowercase, everything. You could do it, and then you exit out this way. But there's nothing in C that you can get into a like similar to Python interpreter. You have to write your code into a source code, and then compile your source code into object files, and then run the GCC compiler or G++ compiler, depending whether you're doing C or C++. And from there, you're just having the option of generating an executable, which I'm going to show all of that with Hello World program now. So let's just clear the screen here. And we know that we have this two program vim. Now I'm going to say hello world.c. The extension I'm giving the C instead of C++ because I know that the code that is coming is for hello world.c for C program. So here the syntax is different. You say pound include, actually include pound include, and then the standard io.h. You're going to do that, and then you say end main, and then start braces, and here you're gonna say printf statement. This is very simple, and so I'm not gonna just add on the details here. You say hello world, and then new line characters, and then just semicolon, and then return. And you're returning 0 because the end main, you're just saying if the program did not fail, return success, and that's what that return is for. So now we have written this program, and if we do cat -n hello world.c, you can see a header file is standard IO for understanding what the printf function is, and then what is the main and all that thing is because all of that one is defined here, and every C program has to have a main function. The return type is integer, and then we're returning integer, and this is the hello world program that we're doing it. But at this time we just have the source code. So if I say file star, notice that hello world.bash is a born again shell. The hello world.c is a C source code, and then hello world.python is a Python script, ASCII text, right? So now at hello world, I have to compile it. The compilation language is called GCC version. You have to have the compiler to compile it. The compiler, I've already installed it on this Ubuntu Linux machine. So I could say GCC version, and I know that I have version 9. So if I want to go the simple way, you say GCC hello world.c. Now it just created a file called hey.out because I did not give any extension of options of -o for option of creating a file or output file or not. So the a.out is the type of this one is object file, and you can see it's executable link format. So that one I'm going to say it's not actually object file, it's a object file that was linked with the LD, and it created the executable link format. That's ELF stands for executable link format. So this one, it just says hello world. So now let me rm a.out, and notice that a.out was automatically executable, the compile language. And then because it's a compile language, the whole thing is a little bit bigger than those other programs, but it runs much faster because it's compile language. And so now we are going to just generate the hello name hello and whw. So I'm going to call it GCC -o hw from hw.c. So this one now created the file hw, and that one is also executable, and that would produce the same output here. So we're done with hello program for this one. I'm gonna just create the hello word on C++ with extension of with uppercase name. So vim hw.c++. Even though we have another hello word, I could just create the name output as ever, however I want it. But I want to just make it like to this 2-letter characters and use the Linux case sensitivity of understanding lowercase versus uppercase there and compare it. So vem hello word.c++. Again here, this one I'm going to do pound and then we say include, and this time instead of standard IO, because it's C++, we do a stream io.h. Not .h, it's IO stream actually, IO stream, input output stream, and that's the one that you want to include. And then if you want to do using a standard namespace std, you could do it, but I'm not gonna do it on this one. I'm going to just say int main and then write. We could also use the standard IO on C++ and printf statement. C++ will understand that one, but because this is a C++ syntax, we want to do cout statement. In order to do cout statement, we have to do this scope resolution cout standard in, and then cout, and then this double listen sign, hello world. And then if we want to flash it out to the new line, you could do that one here, as well as put a new line here. You could do like std scope resolution is and then for end line. And this what also do this one, and then return again, return 0, and then close it. So and just looking at the code, the std standard out, and the std, if I put that on the top here, and I mean I could say using namespace std, and then that would automatically I don't have to put std in front of cout or in front of inline. But since I didn't do it, and this is more kind of C++ code syntax, we do that one. Here I could just say, well, I'm doing an inline here, I don't have to flash it. But usually when you're comparing like a performance of C versus C++, if you do a printf statement like this, then don't do this syntax here. And it is just not fair to compare the speed of the two and there, to say one you're flashing and then the other one is just printing a new line character. So let's just do it this way, and then we do a standard cout, hello world, and return. And then now we do a clear screen. We have a number of programs, file store, and we look at it, and hello world.c++ is it still says C code rather than C++ code. So somehow it did not understood there. Let's see what is wrong with it. Hello world.c++. Stream IO. So IO stream is the not the word, it is stream IO, not IO stream. IO stream IO.h. Just let me just check one thing here. Programs, and then hello world, hello world.c++. So I'm going to look at this code here, and then I have a program called C++ / hello.c++. So this one, you can see IO stream is correct. Why did that not understand it? I will have to check on this one for this details of it, because sometimes the extension is important, but it's not the extension that it knows that it's the code that inside it. So let's just compile it first to make sure we don't have any errors. So with G, in this case, we do G++ -- version, -- version. So in order to compile it with G++, I could say G++ minus O, and I'm gonna create the HW in hello world in uppercase dot C++. So now this one compiles it and return, I'm missing a semicolon. And then somewhere there, that's why these typos are happening. So let's just correct it, vi hello C++, and then right here, we missed the semicolon before that done. And then we go here back and then just compile it again. This time compiles and then we say hello world, and then it says hello world in there. So file star there, it is still not recognizing this. Let's just do one quick thing and just say hello world.c++, and we're gonna say using namespace std, and then here we're going to just take that std out, and then put c out here, and then here we're going to just take this one out and then do that end line here. So this syntax is say generate that one and print out, but using namespace std is the namespace scope resolution that will do it. So now we are going to compile the same code here, and this time as there as well. So file star, notice that using namespace, the code is now read as hello world.c++. So now hello world is doing still the same output, but let me clear my screen and say file star. Notice that so let me just clear the screen and then do ls-l, and I say file hello.bash hello world.c, and then hello world.py, and then hello world.c++. So all of these 4 files, as you can see, the source codes are recognized. This is Bourne shell, this is C shell.c extension, .python extension, .py, and then .c++ is the C++ source code. Just because I modified the line hello world.c++ and the Ubuntu operating system kind of when I sourced this file, I mean did the file on it, and this one says, oh, this one is actually a C++ code, not a C code, because of these using namespace. Using namespace is introduced in C++. It's not something that is defined on C. Even though IO stream is on C++ and not on C, but still some of these ones based on those ones, it was not able to pick it up. Now it picks it up. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video and then liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe and enjoy those videos so I could post more videos for you and learn it. It is easy to get into the environment and become a computer scientist at some day later after some years, not just a few years. Obviously, you have to go through programming languages to learn a multiple programming language as a computer science student. But if you're not computer science student, information science, or any other math major or something, and you'd like to do programming, Python, C++ is something that you want to work with and learn it. Python give you a lot of modules, a lot of data science kind of functionalities. Even Bash is scripting, you could do a lot of things. And I used to teach Bash programming at Pasadena City College for Bash programming and awkward programming, awk they call it. Python, I taught like at least 5 or 6 semesters of Python, and one semester of C++, and 1 semester of Unix, Linux. But at the same time, at other places like National University, Cal State Fullerton, I taught Oracle database classes, MySQL, and Unix, Linux, compilers and operating system, C programming language, Visual Basic, Windows stuff, Windows NT, back on the old days. So make sure that you subscribe so I can just transfer the knowledge that I can while I'm alive. Have a great one. Take care. I hope you all have a great time, and just love and peace to all of you guys. Take care. Bye bye.